I'm going to make sourdough bread today with my sourdough starter. Super easy. I use my bread maker to do all the mixing and the kneading and everything. And the last rise I do in my oven. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Super simple. You have a bread maker. You set it on your dough setting. And it's usually about an hour and a half. And it does everything for you. You put it in a pan. Put it in the oven. I put it in my oven. I turn my oven light on and let it rise for about 45 minutes, and then bake it. Super simple. So I'm gonna do this. It's 1 cup of water plus 1 tablespoon of water, and I just put everything in there. I don't warm my water. So I watched Paul Hollywood, and he said, don't warm your water. Just put it in there and add your ingredients. So I'm gonna do my ingredients. That's water. I am going to add 1 tablespoon of butter, and I cut it into little chunks, and I just put it in there like that. Then 1.5 tablespoons of sugar. I'm reading this teaspoons as I'm going. I don't know it by memory. And then dry milk. It's 1.5 tablespoons, and then I leave the salt and the yeast for last. Then I'm adding 3 cups of flour. I use AP flour. If I can find it, I get the bread flour. I can't always find it where I live. I'm going to add my sourdough starter. 1/2 cup of my sourdough starter. I will link how to do the sourdough starter for you if you don't have a sourdough starter. So it's 1/2 cup. This is only for one pound loaf. Add my sourdough starter in there like that. And then I add my salt on one side and my yeast on the other. Then I put it into my bread maker, and I have had this bread maker for a long time. It's a bread man. I love it. It works great. It's always worked really good. So I set it on my dough setting, which my dough setting on this is 11. And I start it. And it starts in about an hour and a half. We'll come back, and then we will set it in the oven, get it ready, set it in the oven, and let it rise. Thank you. It's already in here. It's risen, but we're going to rise it one more time. Pampered Chef. I love these pans. They are stoneware. They're just perfect for 1 loaf of bread, a 1 pound loaf. I sprayed it with some vegetable spray, and I'm going to take it out of my bread maker, and I'm just going to put it in like that, just in the pan like that, and just kind of spread it out a little, and it'll rise and it will look pretty. So that's how it looks in there. I am going to put it on a towel over it. I'm going to put that in my oven with the oven light on. Just the oven light. It's just enough to help rise it. So I'm going to start my, feed my starter. This is a mason jar. It's a quart size. I'm going to add 1/2 cup of water. I'm going to stir that up. Until it's pretty smooth, and then it's 1 cup of flour. So I took 1/2 cup out, and it's hard to get it in there. I need a wide mouth jar. I'm going to have to find me one. It's because I get the flour everywhere. I just stir that up until it's mixed up. And if I know I'm going to make sourdough bread, I leave it out on my countertop. If I'm not going to make any sourdough bread for a while, I just put it in my refrigerator and then bring it out, and I feed it one more time before I make the bread. So leave it like that. And then I have a lid, and I put holes in the top. And I just put it on here very easily. I don't screw it down or anything. I'm going to get rid of the rest of that flour. And I just put it on my countertop and just let it sit like that. So I'm going to put this in my oven. for the oven light, and I'm going to put it for 45 minutes to rise, and we'll be back and then we'll bake it. Okay, we're back. It's rose for 45 minutes, and doesn't that look really nice? So I'm going to bake it in the oven for about 30 minutes. My oven, it's usually 30 minutes, is really good. So it's risen so pretty. So we will bake it, and then I will be back soon. While it has cooled a little, it looks really good. Comes right out of this. These are the best pans for bread. Put it in my bread slicer. I bought this off of Amazon. It's really nice. I'm sure they have some better ones out there, but I like this one. See how pretty that looks? Can you see the bread? Super simple, super easy. The bread maker does almost all the work. So like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.